All right, welcome to the live chat. This is Sunday, April 11th, 2021. My name's Dan. This is Neomustangs. This is my Fox Body Mustang channel. We stream in OBS, so there'll be a little delay in your chat when you say hi and ask questions or whatever, so bear with me. I'm going on a little bit early. Usually I'll stream between 8 and 9-ish EST time, so appreciate everybody for joining that will. Well, I'm going to clean some tools up while we talk and BS a little bit. So, yeah. Give me a moment here to get completely set up. It's been a long weekend for me. Yet again, you know, all Fox Body stuff. It's all a good thing. Last week we painted a car. Took a couple of days to prep it, and you know, this week we got the black turbo car running. So I'm real happy about that. What's happening? Make sure you hit that like on the way in. Yeah, we got the she runs and drives, and she runs and drives damn good. You know, I made a thumbnail for 363 stroker for those that are just joining us. You know, with the car, it's got a 363 stroker turbo kit, modified on three, well, pretty much a custom turbo kit at this point. And we went today, I did a video on it, we went today and we did a little bit of pre-tuning. Like, what I mean by pre-tuning is, you know, we basically said, you know, made sure the IAC, the TPS, the MAF, you know, made sure all the sensors were actually negotiating with each other. Come to find out that the black car has a bad IAC, which, you know, would have wreaked absolute havoc. Well, not really, but we could have just shut it off. But I'm not going to do that. I want my car to run, and I want it to run right, because we're going to be driving the black car a lot daily this year. You know, we're going to race a lot of the white car. We're going to race a lot of Dad's car with stock bottom end. So, yeah. Let me get in the chat. What's going on, Blue Collar? Send hi. What's up, Cousin Paul? Tito Santiago, Matt McCoy. What's good, Neo? I'm planning on building a 363 also. I love the content. I appreciate that. What's up? Glad you put the turbo on. Yeah, hey, I actually had a couple of members that were mad at me. I'll leave their names anonymous, but they were mad at me for going to a turbo setup. I think it's hilarious that ended up easier for you to put turbo. You know what? And that's funny that you say that, Blue Collar, because like the car still would be sitting on the lift right now with like nothing done to it. I probably would have done something to it this weekend. Like I would have probably built the X pipe or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, you just gotta listen to your car, just like I did the video the other day. With all this RPM act crap going on and all this stuff with, you know, not being able to get headers, and like my Bassanis didn't fit. And let me be honest with you, my fuel system comes right up that alleyway area. Because this car's been turbo for so many years, I just built the fuel system near where a collector would be, you know, where the merge collector is. So I'm like, man, I would have had to reroute all my fuel system just to run naturally aspirated. It's just, it's getting to the point to where Ford Takeover is getting too close. I'm trying to get this car ready and trying to shake it down. So I was just like, I'm going to go with what I know works. And I'm going to make more power doing it. I'm going to have fun. So it is what it is. I didn't mean to switch gears on y'all with the naturally aspirated turbo stuff. But legitimately, that was a change I made a week ago. And we got it running, and I knew it was always there in case there was a problem, so we just went with it. Matt McCoy, more power. Been a while, but I'm here. See a 289 with big cam and big Paxton. Nice. I still think you need a second turbo. It's a possibility. If nonetheless 89 GT50, I'm going to need a second wastegate for sure. Jason Fields, can't wait to see you at the 363. I appreciate that. I can't wait either. What's up, Anthony Wilson? What's up, Stingman78? So I'm going to continue talking and rambling and blah, blah, blah. So we shot a video today. Like, I don't do videos, like, I don't do them, like, in advance. So, like, I don't have, like, 5 videos, like, waiting to be released. Like, I do them as I do them. Because I don't do this for a living, and there's nothing wrong with doing this for a living, but, you know, I do this for a hobby. You know, much like fishing. So, when I do make a video, you know, sometimes I'll shoot a video and edit it all week or whatever. But anyways, we shot a video today that talks about like the pre-tuned checks I was talking about just a minute ago. And we went over there and we put my laptop on, and me and Dave sat there and kind of tinkered around with the tune. Did a base idle reset because the TPS was overvolt. It was showing an error. So we fixed that. We fixed the idle. We didn't add any air, fuel, or whatever because I don't have it hooked up yet. But you know, we just wanted to make sure everything was jiving. So we got the idle set, and everything was good. I have to take the car on. These pistons were coated, so they got that super coating on them, whatever the hell you want to call it. I forget what he called it. But he coated the pistons because we were going to, you know, shoot some serious boost at this motor. And the pistons had a little bit of wear on them, but they weren't bad from the last motor or whatever. Anyways, we coated the pistons, and you have to shake the motor down pretty good before you actually get real crazy with the horsepower on it. So we probably have come in with a soft tune, and later on, you know, come in heavy with like Ignite Red or an E90-ish. Because you remember this car was set up for all corn fuel. So we're still not going to, you know, we're not going to forget about that. Any update on Mr. Freeze results? That's actually this week. Wednesday, Aaron Lydell asks, Wednesday we're going to hit Dad's car first. We're going to do the NA pull, we're going to do a supercharged pull, and then we're going to do a meth pull. And then we're going to see, now, I will explain it in the video. Dad's car is speed density. It's super simple setup, as you guys already know. So any horsepower that I gain past the supercharger is going to be multiplicative with tuning involved. Does that make sense? So if I gain 5 horsepower on a car that doesn't get tuned at speed density, imagine what I could do if it was a 200 more horsepower with a Terminator X or Mass Air. It just means the kit works. What's up, Pat Turchin? How we doing? Ford Blue Gauge. I'm just glad you're happy with your car and it's Ford powered. Yeah, hey. Said High Performance, you inspire me. I've got a 363 being built and I want to turbo it as well. I appreciate that. There's a lot of tips and tricks I mean, this isn't even really an on-3 kit anymore. Like, I built my own downpipe. I'm building my whole complete Y-pipe mufflers and tailpipes. I've made my own cross, or it's still sections of it are on-3. I've reinforced the whole passenger header and changed it. The only thing that's actually on-3 that hasn't been touched on this thing is the intercooler and like the driver's side header. So, but that's okay because it's still based off of on-3, so that's where I still claim it. But there's some things you can do to those turbo kits. I mean, you know, people claim that they're junk. I mean, for the price, it's tough to beat it. You know what I mean? Considering if you got to do a little bit of fabricating or whatever like I do, they'll last. But anyways, they don't pay me to say that and whatever. When and where is Ford Takeover? Matt, it is in Jackson, Tennessee. There is a Facebook event already set up that Caleb already set up. Ford Takeover. You want to go 2021, go check it out. Go hit the going, interested, or whatever tab on that. Even if you're not going, you will at least get his updates that he's shooting down on social media. Because Caleb's really good at social media over there at Foxcast. So, I mean, he updates it pretty often enough when it needs to be so. Hey everyone, what's the cost of the heads milled? I want to get the 58C to get the heads, a good set of heads milled. It's probably about $50. I mean, Depends on how you want to get them cut. Rob Kurtz, what's up? What's up? Hey, Robert Kurtz with the super sticker. Dude, I appreciate you, man. I got a, oh, Rob. Me and Cousin Paul, it's not Ford, but me and Cousin Paul got you a nice unbroken cowl panel, plastic cowl panel. So make sure you thank Cousin Paul. He restored it for you. It's nice and black. So that's for you. You said you needed that, right? So we'll go with that. Aaron, how big are your primaries on your 363 Frankenstein kit? They're still only 1 5/8 inch. So yeah, there's going to be some choked up stuff going on right there. So, but I mean, it's still based off of an on-3 kit, but again, I could take those primaries and open them up if I wanted to. But remember, this isn't going to be the race car this year. Like, I'm going to race it and I'm going to set it up to race it, but most of the time, it's going to just be driven. Like, I got tired of just not driving. I love this car. It looks mean. It's awesome. People love it. It's my street car. But I can't drive around a street car that don't have a turbo on it. At my point in life, I just don't want to. It's just the way it is. So the white car is going to be getting a lot of the film time this year, because you remember we put a 408 in that. It's got a T56 faceplate with a custom turbo kit. The only thing that we don't have on the big white car right now is a big 88. I think I'm gonna go with an 80 millimeter turbo. And we're putting a Holley Terminator X on that. So we're going to be doing a lot of footage of the white car racing it and chasing 890s, we got to get back into the 9s first. So we're going to be going quick with that. Then we'll bust this thing out and try to bust the 9 down every once in a while. And stock bottom end, Dad's car is going to be the epitome of stock bottom end, budget brawler stuff. So that ain't going nowhere. If you guys noticed in my video the other day, I had a stock block sitting on a stand over here. We have one in the back too. Cousin Paul's got hidden under about three layers of parts. And we are going to have the decks cleaned on those, and we're going to clean them up, and they're going to be our stock block stuff from Dad's car. I got your address, Kretz, so I'll send that out with your shirt. I thought you were a large. You're a large, right? Because I don't have anything else made right now. Can't wait for the white car this year. Yeah, Pat, I'll be chasing you all over the track, Pat. You and your little budget brawler black coupe. What's up? So, if you guys didn't notice, Robert Kretz is a premium green member. That is the club membership. I'll mention it now. I'll mention it later. Whatever. We are going to be doing giveaways. And I'm not talking about t-shirts. So if you're interested in joining the membership, I think I'm going to make a cutoff date of around June 1st. We're going to be doing a big giveaway. Now that's for a whole nother live stream for me to talk about, but I got another club member who's also a very well-known person in the Fox genre that's going to be teamed up with me, possibly to do an even bigger giveaway. I'm not going to tell you what that is. We're not going to be giving away a car. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out Caleb's stuff, he just gave away 4 to 8. And I think he's got a new one that's called two-tone or something like that. So I think they're going to probably take it a step further than they did the 428s, which is really cool, man. I mean, he's giving back to the community regardless. So I think that's really cool. Anyways, what's up, Andrew Hanlon? What's up, Jake Johnson? Jake Johnson got that. You got that. You got Mr. Freeze from Donnie B. So it's been a really crazy weekend. Like I had said, I had to fight. If you guys ever do yourself a favor, I had to fight with the trick flow balancer because I couldn't remember where my original markings were set. So the best thing for you to do, if you get a balancer that has multiple timing marks, because trick flow is one of many that do that. Take your original balancer where the key, all right, where your key's at, put it at 12 position, look on the aftermarket balancer at its 12 position, and then make sure you mark which timing mark set with a paint marker so you're not lost. I just was going round and round. I swore up and down that the one was the right one. I couldn't get the car running right. And then it ended up being the one that I didn't think was 0 top dead center, and sure as shit, there it was. I mean, usually when you build an engine, you mark that stuff. And it was marked, but David told me, hey, I didn't mark any of that. So I'm like, oh, it must be an old balancer shit. I don't know. Congrats on getting the black car running. I really need to stop slacking. That's right, Andrew. Let's go. Actually, I'm not the only person that had a birth this weekend. Well, a reawakening. I think Funky50, aka G-Funk, over on his channel, I think he got his running this weekend too. So, you know, it was a 2-for-1 week. It was a good weekend for everybody. Jason Roby, plug gap, 8 to 10 pounds of boost. It don't matter what pound of boost I'm running at, to be honest with you, Jason. It's always at 23. Naturally aspirated, I'm at 35. So anything boosted, I run at 23. I was talking about your personal one, buddy. Oh. What's up, Jason Miller? So, yeah, it was a very interesting weekend. I mean, you guys are probably like, and it's kind of funny that somebody had mentioned this like 6 months ago. Like, I'm the only guy, or I'm the type of guy that will take 3 videos and go from a complete shell to a running turbo car in 3 videos. And that's just the way I roll. I mean, it's like when I'm in Lego mode, I call it, I just, you know, it's hard for me to stop and film and explain and then build. You know what I mean? Because I love to build, but I don't love to build. I got to be in the right mood to build. It's crazy. This whole weekend I spent Friday, Saturday, and, you know, well, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday just building the car and getting it right. And like I said, today I did another video today, or shot the footage for it, where we went back up to the dyno to kind of make sure it was all right or whatever. So anyway, the black car, nonetheless, pending something bad happens to it between now and Takeover, will be the one at Takeover. I was going to take the white car, but the white car is still down at Big Dog Fabrication. And if you watch that video, you know that Big Dog Fabrications is a one-man band down there. So, you know, Kenny will be done with it probably by the end of the month, but it won't be in time for me to shake it down, because it's not going to be ready anyway. Promax heads, any good? They're all right. I've been watching a lot of the like Amazon cylinder heads. There's this one Flowtech or something like that. They're real cheap. Somebody actually did a Chevy. They did a video with the Chevy heads. That like, you know how they're. Oh, they put them next to. They put the Chevy Flowtech heads next to the AFRs, and they were like identical. It's crazy. Neo, should I expect a big difference going from 308 to 410 gears? Is that you got an AOD, or are you running a stick shift, blue collar? You can probably judge by my reaction what I would tell you. I have an absolute mess. I have like every tool in my shop on the ground over here. I wouldn't go 410s with stick. It's too steep. The highest I would do with stick is 373s. 410 is a really good gear for an AOD, sort of. Actually, 373 and 410 are good. It's just preference. If you're trying to 1/8 mile the car, I could see you doing a 410. If you're trying to 1/4 mile the car, I wouldn't do any more than a 373. And even then, I would make sure that I run a 26 or higher, 27 tire. Because, you know, when I go to the track, I have slicks and street drag radials on. I don't have street tires. What's good, Tim Webb? 5-speed swap done and running on A9P. Switch to A9L won't run, and any ideas where to start? Neutral safety switch. You got to make sure that your neutral safety switch works on the left side of your pedals in the bottom. The A9P, you probably... Okay, so check this out. Real quick, Jason Miller. The A9P automatic cars are naturally set up with a jumper. So they'll start... Well, I take that back. A9L would start as well. If you put the T5 harness in for the reverse light switch, that has a jumper on it as well that needs to go back to and it loops back to the starter solenoid. So you probably, if it doesn't start, it's probably because you have that disconnected. 88 speed density AOD with an on-3 turbo. Update to MAF. You don't have to. Now, I wouldn't suggest running no more than 7 or 8 pounds of boost with the turbo kit. I've been running Dad's car with an FMU for, all last year. If you run an FMU with a turbo kit, we were going to actually do that. I mean, it's still not off the table to do, but we were going to actually do that. Why you give me a mad face, Cousin Paul? Stangman 78, my 363. I have a C363 with a 67 Helion. 7-quart, only 1,300 miles on it after 500-mile break-in. Motor was making noise. Did oil change and 3/4 of a quart came out. And it's, wow. It probably had break-in oil in it. Let me read. 1,300 miles on it after 500-mile break-in. Motor was making noise. Wow, where did all the oil go? George F., wish I had your energy today. So hungover. Later out the wires for Terminator X, and I'm just sitting here looking at them. Wires are no fun. Nathan Tuck, what's up, Neo? 373s for 5-speed. Love it. That's right. Kretz, I tried to fire my car last night and only running on 4 cylinders. I'm almost positive my computer is trashed. I've changed every single sensor with the ones I know are good. Run a KOEO, KOER. Did I tell you to do that last week? It'll tell you what sensors aren't running. I got a pretty tall tire. I got 410s already, hoping it was a bit more snappy. Well, I mean, it's definitely going to be snappy, but you're going to be shifting in the second gear 15 feet out. I hit that like button. Did everyone else? Appreciate it. Stangman 70. I'm assuming oil was burnt off. Most of my plugs are black. A couple are a little wet. Well, that's not good either way. Black and wet's not good. You were burning oil somewhere. I don't know, man. That's crazy. So only 3/4 of a quart, only 3/4 of a quart of oil came out of your complete engine. CMD Proto Show, what's up? Thoughts on someone going to an auto after his drag video? I swapped my Vic to an auto, so manual, so that car looks something off of a movie. What, this one? Yes. Wow, I don't know where that went, bro. I don't know where that went. That's not good. I did the key on, key off, and I got a steady light. Well, you got to count it. There's pauses, and you got to count. And you got to write those codes down. It'll tell you. For running on 4 cylinders, though, man, that's not good. I have no idea what a time is. Okay. So, anyways, we had been talking earlier. I got the car running. I'm gonna tell you what, this shit is not for the faint-hearted. But it's kind of funny how fast, when I decided to go turbo, how fast I was able to just make it all work. And I'm not even done yet. I ordered 3-inch merge collector. Y'all, I'm gonna make a video on it. I'm gonna make my own pretty badass, like Y-pipe dual exhaust muffler setup, which I ran straight pipes before, but I got those boreless, so I might as well put them to use. And it's gonna sound good. It's gonna look stock, and it's gonna be fast. So I'm looking forward to doing that video, because I created my own downpipe that actually I can take the downpipe down and pretty much out of the car without taking any of my cold side apart, which is, you know, normal on-3 kit, you couldn't do any of that. You had to take like the armature out that goes up to the intake or whatever. So anyways, and I do want to publicly apologize, because I really did, you know, the guy that actually made the comment about being mad at me going from NA to turbo, I need to explain to you guys that, and I don't really need to give anybody a reason, but I chose to go turbo because I knew how to already do it. I already had everything there, and the header and the exhaust setups just wasn't working. The mufflers fit, the tailpipes fit, but with all this RPM Act stuff going on, I decided to go ahead and scratch the idea, go turbo, because I had it sitting on the, and time was just running out. You know, I had a build date by the 10th. I made the date. And I do apologize to you guys, because I really did want to go naturally aspirated to see what my motor would make in NA, but it just wasn't in the cards. But I mean, it's not something that I'm going to completely bail on the idea, because I'm going to hard pipe most of my exhaust so I could just build right back into it later for naturally aspirated if I decide to do that. So, but I didn't mean to switch ideas. You know what I mean? What's up, Paul D. Fox? So, yeah. Nobody has guessed. I can't wait for your muffler video. I'm about to try to. Now, what I'm going to do is, you guys seen in maybe a couple of the other videos, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the tails on and I'm going to mount them. And then I'm going to put the mufflers in, I'm going to mount them and hard mount them. And then I'm going to build I got a 16 piece 3-inch exhaust, build your own, you know, with the 90 and the 180s and the 45s. And basically, we're going to up to the crossover, or just before the crossover, we're going to build a bracket setup, which we already have in the car because we did this last time. And I'm going to mount the merge collector right there on the floor. And then the Y is going to be built under the drive shaft and go back to the mufflers into the tailpipes. And then from the downpipe that comes out that I have to remodify to point backwards is 3.5. So I'm going to take the 3.5 and I'm going to reduce it to 3, and the 3.5 to reduce it to 3 over to the spot that I actually hard mounted past the cross member. We'll have V-bands that I could just take the section out. It'll have the flex coupler in it. I can just take the section out when I race, and then I'm going to actually make a 90, because I'm going to tell you what, driving in the car with the downpipe off, fumes get up in the car regardless. So I'm actually going to make like a little 90. So when I race, I take my section out of my exhaust, eliminating the back pressure, and then I'm going to run the little 90 going out the side door. It's pretty cool. Anyways, Liam Radburn, ever try any wide ratio AOD? I have not. Gary Shanks, evening. What's going on, man? Can't wait to ditch my Flowmasters for Black Widows. Are they pretty? Those are pretty good, huh? Jake Johnson, Neo, you don't have to please anyone but God and your family. I appreciate that. I just felt I needed to explain it, though, a little bit, you know. They're like, I thought you were going naturally aspirated with nitrous and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. But I just went, you know, time was running out. I wanted to take the black car to Ford Takeover. And the race season was about to begin, and I didn't even finish it yet. So, 555 wheel, Tim? Really? $666 crank? No, we'll make. I'll leave my guess out of it. But I mean, we're talking about a 363 stroker, guys, with a turbo kit. So it's gonna make some power. I wouldn't get crazy with it, but it's gonna make some power. I've got the on-3 pipe, Y pipe for my exhaust. I'm gonna build something kind of similar, but I don't like how on-3's kit is like 2 3/4 or 3 inch, and then it kind of branches out. Mine's gonna be, it's gonna still flow pretty well. I want that sound. Like I want the boilers to be not loud, but I want to hear the rumble again. Even though I know it's a wide pipe and a turbo, it's not going to have the same rumble or pulse that a header has, but it's going to be pretty dope. What's up, Andrew? Piera? Fat Boy Fox? What's up, Neo? Mr. Green, what's going on? You going to Hershey for Chocolate Fox? I forgot when that is. When is that? When is Chocolate Fox? 615 wheel. What's going on, Wasted Wages, Mercury? So, yeah, I don't know what it would be. But we are going to, yeah, 4 digits, I wish. I mean, I do have the trans, the axles, and the, you know, I'm able to support that, but I don't think the turbo kit would make that. It would get too much boost creep. Dyno Day is Wednesday. We're going to be dynoing the black car, and we're going to be dynoing probably Dad's car for the meth video, because we have a date at the track where we have to shoot nitrous at the car to see if it beats the supercharger. Remember, we were going to do that last year. We didn't get time to do it. For the record, Cousin Paul likes to chew on hammers. Chocolate Fox is the weekend after Ford Takeover. That's in Pennsylvania, obviously, right? Hershey, I would imagine. I was going to run dual 2.5. Think it will choke it? Yes. If you can run a 3, run a 3. So, what's going on here? There we go. Trying to clean off some of my tools while I talk to y'all. I mean, I got a whole bin of tools here. It's kind of crazy. That was Freddie, not me. He gets mad. He gets mad at the world, man. 30-year-old rusty bolt don't come out. He starts screaming at it. Like, come on, dog. That is not gonna come out without some heat, bro. But it is what it is. That Y from on3 is 3 to 2.5. That's correct. You can do, just rock it. Just use it. What is your email? Neomustangs@hotmail.com. Wasted Wages. It's a business email. I don't check it often, but enough. What turbo this time? Well, that's good. I'm glad you brought it up. That we went back to the 76, 75 that we had on there, Corey. So we're going to be buying a larger turbo for the black car when it comes in. when it comes back in about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm actually going to steal my buddy Mustang Mike's turbo. He's got an 80 millimeter. And we're going to make some power with that one and see what it looks like. If I like it, it makes good power, it's a good turbo, then I'll probably buy it off him and just get him a new one. I'm seriously guessing big numbers. I was going to do that and then run electric dump. Electric dumps are alright, but like, I think Brutal made a video about the vacuum dump. Just wasn't working right, or whatever. Ever consider going with a T6? No, yes. Because I'm going to be honest with you, that's probably where I'm at next, Tim Webb. Because I don't want to be choked up. And the T4 seems like it's just not enough anymore sometimes. So we'll figure it out. I mean, people make good power on T4s. But I mean, all it is a flange change. You know, it's the way I got the White Cars turbo kit mounted. Like, all I got to do is just change the plate. It's pretty easy. It's not hard. It's not difficult, or it won't be difficult like the On3 would be, or whatever. 7675 is capable of 4 digits. It's what I run with an 89 BMF. Nice. I figured. I'm not looking, like I said, I'm not looking to make crazy horsepower with the black car right now. But I'm not going to shy away from it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be afraid not to make horsepower. And yes, the car is set up for E85 and Ignite Red and all that other shit, so we will be, we're going to be doing pump gas. The reason why I'm not running E85 in it like right off the bat is because I got 80-pound injectors in there. And for those that don't know, 80s are a big injector, but on corn fuel, 80s are out of injector at 650 wheel. Ish. You know, we went as high as 7, but at 6,800 RPM, the injector duty was pretty much off the hook. So we went to 160s and forgot about it, but the 160s are in my white car. So the corn fuel, if I put corn fuel in it right now, or tuned with it on a second or third tune, then I would probably, I have the ability to make more horsepower via tuning, but it requires 30% like more fuel, so I'll just be out of injector. For those that don't know what that means. What you running for gear oil? Just the synthetic, the shockproof. I always run shockproof in the white and black turbo car. Andrew, what would boost is it running at for dyno session? Well, we just got a, let me see. Oh, my back hurts. We just got a Grimspeed. Now, if I ever do Holly Terminator X, then, you know, we just got I've had these for years. I think it's like 250 clicks. It's a Grimspeed manual boost controller. So we're going to run that. Pretty confident that the dual spring setup that I have in there right now on the wastegate will probably run around 10 or 11 pounds of boost or so. Might even be 12, 10 or 12, 10 or 11, 12. We'll probably just run on spring that's in there right now, but you know, the Grimspeed will allow me to turn it up. And I might take it to Ford Takeover and turn it up a little bit on their dyno if we decide to do the dyno shootout or whatever. How about a giveaway for who guesses the right horsepower at the dyno for the black car? Sounds fair. Andrew Hanlon, what do you run for a fuel pump setup? I picked up an Aeromotive A1000 for pretty cheap. The black car runs an Aeromotive A67, or the black car runs a Magnum Fuel 675, and my white car runs a Magnum Fuel 750. I got a pre and post filters. Both cars have the identical fuel systems. They're just ran differently. Black car has, they both have -10 PTFE feed and -8 returns. But I moved the return away from the sump. Like, if you're going to do a fuel system, put your AN fitting for your return like over off to the side so you don't aerate your fuel. What weight though? I think it's 140. No. Yeah. What's up, Brian GT101? Fast Things Mex. How's the 3-inch Flowmaster tailpipes? I just put an order in. We'll find out here in the next week or two. I plan on having the exhaust. Like, I got to take the car out and get it shook down, which means that I got to go out. I got to rev it up to 5,000 or 6,000, 5,000, bring it down, rev it up, bring it down, rev it up, bring it down, bring it back home, let it cool down, take it back out, do it again, you know, kind of wear the motor in more, wear the clutch in more. And then I'm going to go back to the dyno on Wednesday. And then after we shake that car down on the dyno, I'm going to start making plans to build the exhaust. I am going to probably try to take it to the track this weekend with my dad's car, possibly. I have my kids this weekend, so I don't know yet. And maybe do a little bit of shaking down there too on the car. Because if I take it to Ford Takeover, it's going to be ready to race, sort of. We'll just show, race, do whatever we do. So, Tim Webb, A1000 isn't good for E85, 700 wheel or close. I'm going to guess 670, 680 wheel. That's a good guess. Like I said, about 10, 11, 12 pounds of boost. It's probably going to creep a little bit, I'm going to guess, because it did that with the white car. I'm going to probably have to say that's a good guess. And, I mean, it's a street car. One of the biggest problems I'm going to have in this car is shifting from first to second to third to fourth, dodging telephone poles. I got a 315 3517 in the back of the car. That is not a street drag radio. So I will be selling my brand new 315 3517s that came with the deep dish offset SVE wheels that I got on it. And I will be putting street drag radio on it so I can at least hook some of the horsepower that we make. Anyway, we will be dynoing on Wednesday. We will not be live streaming the dyno though. So I will make a video about that. I'll probably shoot 2 videos on Wednesday for both, and they'll look sort of similar because I'm going to have kind of the same intro and lead up. It's not really scripted. A lot of my stuff is freestyle, but you know, I do kind of edit out the junk, you know, that kind of keep you watching or whatever. But I don't know which car we're going to put on the dyno first, but it'll probably be Dad's car because you guys been waiting for that meth injection video, and you know, that's going to be something that I'll probably bring out. I got a video coming out Tuesday, I think, and then the one I do Wednesday will be for this weekend or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, got most of my tools cleaned. What questions you guys got for me? Tech questions, merch. We got, you see my hat? I'm bald. That's starting to get dirty now. Oh well. We're going to be selling hats at Ford Takeover. We're getting rid of the small print and we're moving this down. So if you guys are interested in a hat, be selling them for $26 shipped. We'll also be doing our t-shirts at Ford Takeover as well. Is my chat disconnected right now? Or are we good? Thanks, man, for doing the videos and live chats. I appreciate you. Appreciate you chiming in. So, yeah, we're going to be doing hats. I'm going to be doing the gray with the back, or the black back, the black with the gray black. I'm going to stick to mostly just all black or whatever. So, you know, it's just a way to support the channel. So let's talk about, we're only going to be streaming for about another 20 minutes, 24 minutes. I wanted to talk about a giveaway. Like, I don't want my channel to get into, hey, there's free stuff over here, subscribe and whatever. Because that's not what my channel's about. You either subscribe or you don't, whatever. I'm not there to coerce you either way. And I'm not going to do that with free giveaways. But, you know, being monetized and being active with the channel obviously has its advantages. And monetarily, it's something that I would like to try to, you know, give back to my community. So I actually talked to Andrew Hanlon here. He's in my chat, you know, pretty extensively about doing a giveaway. And I was talking some pretty big items. You know, maybe one, maybe two giveaways or whatever, but I'm probably going to set it up to where the giveaways are for the members of the club, because that's pretty much what the club is for, supporting the channel. And it's kind of what, you know, my way of giving back to them and everybody for that matter. So I don't know. It's a touchy subject because you can't just exclude people for no reason. You know, I'm not interested in getting into the politics of having to worry about a giveaway when I'm trying to do something nice about it. You know what I mean? But I'm not real sure, you know, how we're gonna approach it. But I did want to do, I was thinking about possibly changing my live stream days. Like, is Sunday really a good day to live stream, or do you guys think maybe a Saturday night or a midweek would be a better live stream? Because I was thinking about possibly switching live stream to a midday for an hour and leaving Sunday alone, because, you know, a lot of people spend a lot of time and family on Sundays too. Give away a test and tune on subscriber car that's got a turbo. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. It just seems like I was getting, like, there was like double this amount in live chat with less subscribers. Maybe it's just the time of day. Maybe I'm not advertising it. I'm trying to still figure out how I can actually schedule a live stream without using the YouTube's encoder, because I don't like if you guys watched other live streams, you watch them just disconnect for no reason. I don't trust YouTube. I mean, I don't trust YouTube's encoder for live stream. Sundays are good to sit, relax, talk about cars before the work week. Yeah, I get it. You know, I think it does help the channel. I think live streaming helps the channel, but you got to be active and you got to talk a lot. And sometimes it's just like I'll go from like one thing to the other to the other to the other. It's ridiculous. So, you know, I do apologize for that. What's up, Matt? Gearhead 704. I think it's the time of the year. Summertime, less people online. I get it. I'm not mad about, I mean, live chat, I'll sit here and talk to 5 people. I don't care. And then I'll wrench in my car and talk to 100 people. I don't really care. Just bought a Pro-M 88mm MAF with Excel 24s. What do you think, bro? Why did you need a Pro-M in 24s? What's your engine combo? I could talk Fox Bodies 24. That's right. I mean, I did a pretty good video or a pretty good live stream the other day where I was wrenching on the Mustang. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'll probably do a video of me building the exhaust, but like silly things like that, build videos like that aren't really super popular. But how cool would it be if I was building the exhaust on live chat? Just kind of just talking to you guys and cutting the pipes, and it's loud, and I'm you know, coming back and forth like I was doing with before. But anyway, what else we got going on here? So let me give a. What'd you guys think of Brutal switching to automatic? I know he's been wanting to do that, so good for him, man. You know, just like me going from naturally aspirated back to turbo, it's something that wasn't popular idea, but it was. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to talk about Brutal's business or whatever, but I know a lot of people are stick shift lovers that love stick shift or whatever, but you know, I was surprised myself that he made that decision, but I know he wanted to try that, and I'm all about it. I back him 100%. I mean, it's his car. It's gonna roll out. It's gonna be fun, man. And you know, he took it to the track, which is really cool. I thought he did really well at the track. There's a lot to be gained. Like, you can't look at Brutal's, like, you can't look at his ticket and say, oh, you know, the car is not fast. Because there's two things that matter: mile an hour and 60 foot. So if you looked at his ticket in his video, his 60 foot was needed to be better. So there was a lot left on the table there. I mean, he knows that. I'm not saying that he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just saying that, you know, people are just too quick. Sometimes on the internet, and especially on YouTube, people are just too quick to judge. Like, I'm going to tell everybody what my horsepower number is, and then I'm going to not shoot what I finalize at, because that's between me and the car. You see what I mean? And, you know, sometimes we'll do some things to our cars, or sometimes we'll tune them or make power or go to the track. You know, these are things that we're held accountable for. So don't look into that. I mean, it was really cool that he actually showed us the ticket, and you know, showed us the struggle, because that's you know, because Brutal knows how to race, and that's where his track, you know, that's where a lot of his footage, some of his footage start heading, which is really cool, I think. So I stand by that dude. Brutal might hurt when I understand if he bracket chasing. I don't think he's bracket chasing. 363.78 dumping under passenger seat drives me crazy. Yes. I back him. I'm an AOD. I tried to talk him into a 3650 because I knew he liked Caleb's. Yeah. Yeah, there's some news. I'm going to leave that one open-ended. Not about Caleb, but about Brutal and his stick shift stuff. Winning is automatic. Gearhead 704, can't wait to see Brutal's race on Ford Takeover against Regular Guy Garage. Yeah, he got called out by like 2 or 3 people, apparently. Regular Guy Garage, is that the... no, that's not Jason. Is it Jason that's in Fox? Is that the guy with the black Vortex? That's not the same guy, though. That's 2, right? 2 different people? Like, I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to go to Ford Takeover calling nobody out. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm there to meet subscribers and enjoy myself. And I'm bringing 2 cars because I know that, you know, Cousin Paul's probably going to want to bang some gears. You know, we could switch from the Vortex to the Nitrous on spot because I know Mustang Mike's going to be there. So, you know, I'm actually bringing my tuner with me. Well, the guy who's taught me, the mad scientist, Dave Dahlke, will be in the house on at Ford Takeover. And he's the guy that's been tuning my Fox bodies for 20 years or 15 years. And he's taught me binary editor, and we're about to make the transition to Holley Terminator X. So we're going to start learning and self-learning Holley Terminator X. But Dad's car will still be naturally, you know, stock or A9L or whatever. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Regular Car Garage guy, he's actually here in chat. I didn't think it was the dude because I didn't make the correlation. But I knew he had a 331. And I know he's... so you actually called him out? Like in your video? Because I'm not sure what went down, because I don't really pay attention to a lot of other people's business. But no, Dan, that's the On3 Turbo. Okay. Andrew Henry, are those two the only call-outs? I don't know. I was hoping if some good call-out races, Battle of the YouTubers. I mean, then you get too many call-outs with Battle of the YouTubers, and then you're gonna have all these like 6-second stick shift cars showing up. Proline, I drove a built 5.4 Edge, new Edge all day from dig to badass around town. I love it. Neo would clean house at the track. I don't know about that, man. I got a lot of shaking down to do. I mean, it's early year. I don't know what this car is going to even do yet. I don't know how it's going to respond to the track. I mean, I'm going to try to compensate with brand new slicks, and maybe I can kind of like offset sucking so bad, you know, not being able to launch well. But you guys got to understand, I'm a foot pedal guy. I don't run a bump box. Well, obviously you can't. I don't run a two-step. I just send it. Like when my cars get sent. That's why that pretty little clutch over there that Andrew Hanlon gave me is about to get its ass kicked. But we will two-step a little bit with the Terminator X, I think. No, I asked him if in the comments of his video if he wanted to race, and he said yes. Bruno won't say no to nobody. He ain't afraid to race nobody. To be honest with you guys, and I think I can say this without him getting mad or whatever. I talk to Bruno more often than you think, and honestly, it's like the dude is it kills me because like we would be racing together all the time if he was like if we lived closer. Because I mean he's same age as me, just like my buddy Mustang Mike, just like my cousin Paul. Like we would have, it's just you click with people that race a lot and enjoy cars, whether it's Fox bodies or just going fast, and it's just you know you have a common ground. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. Jeremy, head gaskets for a 347 turbo, 933 PT1, 933 PT1. Well, that's cool, regular guy. Did you, have you shook that car down? You running stick shift or auto? Jude Lowe, sorry I'm late watching from the beginning. Have a great weekend, everyone. All right, I appreciate you, Jude Lowe. Gearhead 704, I'm just going to be hanging out at Ford Takeover looking over people. You know, Matt, we all know you're the guy with charisma. You really are. You have great charisma, Matt. Like I'm a pretty kind of standoffish, kind of unapproachable guy. You can actually walk up to Matt and he'd probably greet you with a smile. I'd be like, not that I'm going to be unapproachable, not at all. I have a personality of my own, but. Proline, my wife is going to be dragging my S550. Nice. Auto, went 680s on 7 pounds foot braking. 680s is... Hang on. 1079? 1079 at... Hang on. I'm losing it. 1079 at 132. George F., I'm so stoked for Ford Takeover, 15-hour drive for me. Yeah, I'm driving stick shift, fully built, all forged internal. Nice. Head gas, it's okay. That's a production block, Jeremy? So if you guys haven't had a chance, you're here in chat. Paul D. Fox that you see here, Donnie B, Funky 5.0, obviously my dude here, Gearhead 704, Matt. They all have channels if you want to check them out. I think Broken Tool Garage is in here. I usually call them out. You know, there's some good Fox body stuff out there. So I'm just trying to have fun at Ford Takeover and put a good show for people. I'm having a race. I love racing people and other dudes looking. Me too. So, yeah, are you in Canada, Paul? I just noticed an accent. That's why I ask. So, yeah, Ford Takeover, we're going to be selling hats. You know, like I said, we're going to be selling hats and t-shirts, and we're going to have a little booth set up. But I'm trying to do some racing. You know, my car's not going to be in the car show thing. Fellas, I mean, I love my SVEs. I love my deep dish. I love my car's going to be full weight. My car's going to be full weight, full interior, full exhaust, licensed, insured on slicks. I'm going to have my light out, and I'm going to have my wing off, and I'm going to turn this bitch up. Ish. Oh, what's up, Gearhead? I might have charisma, but I can't drive worth a... Nah, you can drive pretty good there, Gearhead 704. I appreciate the super chat, $10 super chat, man. It's like tipping a waiter, man. I appreciate you. Mike Sherrill, 91 GT starts, cars idles fine until revved. Then it idles for another minute, then it surges down and up, down and up. Do a base idle reset on that, Mike. Now, that kind of requires setting TPS, then adjusting throttle, then turning it off, turning it on, turning it off. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you've been doing pretty good. Did you buy that red coupe? Because if you didn't buy that red coupe, like I was watching your video and you were like, which one should you decide? I was like, man, that red coupe is hot. Gearhead 704 needs an automatic. Them feet are too big. What's up, Ryan? Gearhead, those feet has those feet. Oh, what did he like put them up on like live stream or something? I mean, what size? I mean, I wear a size 9.5, 10. I mean, come on, I'm just a normal dude. I'm only like 5'8", bro. What is he like 6'4" with like a 15-inch foot? What do you got going on over there, Matt? So, anyways. Yeah, we're gonna be sending it, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing the dyno thing though or not. I do have the mad scientist Dave on point at Ford Takeover, so if I do want to do a little bit of add a little more fuel and put like two pounds back into my tune, where we could like turn it up on the dyno and see what it makes on the for that little shootout, then I'll do it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So you have an 18-inch foot. Wow. Now you barely have to move it to pedal to the floor, right? That's a joke. What's up, GSFX? GSF420X. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm still doing shirts. Don't worry, I'll get that to you. Man has fingers and toes or something. Waste of wages. Fabulous Ford here in Cali. Nice. Sean Fisher, how's all going? I'm filing your piston rings. Do you file for the amount of boost or file? Man, look. Every motor I've built, whether you want to take this information and tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm right. Every motor I've always built has always been 24, 25 thousandths gap, regardless if it was boosted or NA. I think the manual calls for 4 thou per inch of bore, which is like 16, and there's no way somebody should run 16 gap. Nope. So 20 is safe-ish, 22 is getting better, 24 is a good medium. Where's your son Mason? Oh, that's cool. Gearhead 704, great stream. See you guys less than a month. All right, Gearhead, we'll see you soon. I'll see you on your videos. Paulie Fox, almost bought the red coupe. Used to own before I was trying to snag it back. We were close to making a deal, but he decided to keep it. Man, what are you doing? You better get it. Anybody else waiting for Terminator X? Holly's on a big back order. I ordered mine March 13th. Yes, I am one of those, GSF. Hey, Neo, I was going to send my Tremec 3550 to Liberty to have them faceplated, if anything else, to make it stronger. Okay, let me explain something to you, and Andrew Hanlon, who's probably here in chat, will probably agree with me. And let me tell you the wisdom of Bob Hanlon himself. Faceplating does not make the transmission stronger. Actually, faceplating makes the transmission weaker. Let me explain. The synchronized gears in a transmission, let me explain in 20 seconds. Synchronized gears in a transmission slows the gear down where you can shift. A faceplated transmission with all the metal treatments, it's a shock load. So if anything, all you're doing is making it so it's easier to shift. The faceplating and all the metal treatments do help in longevity of the transmission. However, it does make it weaker. I'm on back order 2 with Terminator X. Went back. Tim Webb, you great guy. Okay, so yes. Faceplating does not make it stronger. The metal treatments do. So it's kind of like a trade-off. You put some lugs on a faceplated trans, but you get the gear cryo-treated, you get the gear thermo-shocked, you get it polished. All those metal treatments help the gear stronger. So in that aspect, it does. But it's just trading off the fact that instead of slowing the gear down synchronized to shift into it on a normal base gear, you're shock loading it with metal treatments. You get what I'm saying? So they don't hold any more horsepower. What's better, a TKO 600 or a TKX? If you can get a TKX, get a TKX. It's smaller, it's lighter weight, and it's as strong as a TKO 600. TKO 600, and I hate to say this, but the Tremec TKO 600 has a really shitty third gear. It has a third gear that hates life. There's fixes for it. There's stuff that you can do to make it better. Matter of fact, Hanlon has his own little setup to where he can make a TKO 600 ship like butter. But apples to apples, unless the TKO 600 is faceplated, I would never put one back in my car. Andrew Piera, what would you guys pay for used parts on a coupe? Everything is there. Front seats are trash, but everything else is okay. 5-liter runs and has T5 unknown condition. I don't know, man. Hit me up. I'd be interested in it, Andrew, depending on, because, you know, I have like all these Fox bodies that I need to do something with. But you never can have enough. And somebody actually made a video, or was it a live stream, that said, you know, how many is too many? I didn't even want to comment. I'm just like, ugh. Smurf it, built it, race it, break it, fix it. That's right. GSF, a TKX is better. That's correct. But yeah, from Bob Hanlon himself, faceplating is okay to drive on the street. It's okay to race, but the gear gets stronger, but that's only because it's shock loaded because it doesn't have a synchro anymore. So coupes are high everywhere. Yeah. Need help, bro. 306 GT40 heads, ECAM, 2255 pump. What should my fuel pressure be set at? 42 with the vacuum off. 860 Fox. What's up, man? Got my DD EFI dash hooked up. Nice. Stinger Pimp. That's a pretty good little setup. The body is rotted, so if you can get a parts coupe or whatever, you know, I would actually look for, you know, God, you could pay anywhere between, depending on its condition, anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000 for a good parts coupe. And at that point, you just look for a body or make one like I'm about to do, because I'm crazy Mad Max stuff. But anyways, we got about 5 more minutes left on the stream. If you guys want to hit me up with some questions. I got 5 running Fox bodies in my backyard. If you only knew how many. It's crazy. If you're interested in joining the membership now, here's a link to my membership thing, whatever. And I also have merch on my store, but I'm going to probably be setting up a different merch store outside of that. I want to give a shout out to some of the channels out there that I'm collaborate with a lot. Funky 5.0, go check him out. You know, Paul D. Fox is a new one. I like the Infamous Project up there in Canada. Go check out. I think his name is Chris. Brutal, of course. Foxcast Media. Broken Tool Garage is starting up. Got a lot of little ones coming up. You know, it's getting hot because Fox bodies are just, the prices of Fox bodies and the popularity of Fox bodies are just coming up, and they're not going anywhere. So you're going to see a lot more channels coming in and out of YouTube, and you know, it takes time to build those channels, and I enjoy everyone who's subscribed to mine. But make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, like I said, I got a few more minutes if you guys want to ask some questions. I use solid mounts, D-Lunatic. I run polys in my cars for years, but I run solid mounts now. GSF, do you need to run MSD 6AL box if you're running a Terminator X, or can you use the, I think you can use the regular one. All right, Andrew Hanlon, I'll see you soon, man. We'll talk this week. Wasted wages. How the hell do you fit a box R intake 351 under the stock hood? Drop mounts and running a manual rack. Pretty much have to sit the oil pan on the tubular K member with a manual rack. And then you can't use the big spacers, but you can get it under there. Any tricks for figuring out what T5 I have in my car? Okay, so to answer that question, and this goes for everybody who goes and looks for T5s, the top plate has a sensor on the driver's side, the neutral safety sensor on the top plate. It's most likely a world-class trans. The silver tag, which most of them are missing at this point, I'll show you what it looks like. Hold on. So there's a silver tag on the transmission that tells you what the ID of the transmission is. When you're looking for T5s and you're going and you're trying to find T5s, you gotta find that on the back. It's usually on the back bolt, driver's side, one of 7 to buy the 15mm bolt. Like this specific tag, if you guys can see it, is an E6ZR. The 1352-169 is the ID of the trans. That stuff that's casted into the side of the trans, the top plate and the tail shaft, the main case, that stuff's just part numbers for that specific part of that trans. That ain't this. This tells you what trans is in it, what gear set is in it, and with what V8, 4-cylinder, or whatever. And then you can find these 13-52-169, 199, 208. You can find these codes all over Google, and I'll tell you what it is. Plus, you could take a 17-inch wrench, 17mm wrench, put it on the input shaft at the end, and know it's a V8. But inside the car, it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what intake they're on 408 on a stock K member. Just run a spider. What e-brake cables do you need for a disc brake conversion? I think you run the Cobra ones. I think late model actually has a conversion kit. A60 Fox, I do. Is there any way to get a passenger side header for the On3 kit for Fox with a 351? In a Fox with a 351 half-inch spacer between the K member. Nah, I think you have to cut the sway bar bracket. Which is better, T5s? It's in a 91. The Z-Spec's obviously the better one. It's a 13-52-249 code. There's an aftermarket version of that. I think it's a 48. I don't remember. But the 91 would be a 199 code. It would be the same as a 208 code, which is like a 65, 68 cluster. Andrew knows what I'm talking about. Which is the better, okay, wasted wages. Machine the spacer to 1/2 inch, cut the lower. You got to be careful with machining the box R because the distributor gets in the way. Like I run the shorty spacer on my 363 here, and it's a PETA to get my distributor cap off. Anyways, I appreciate you, Robert Kretz. I do have a cow panel for you, so we will be getting that to you. So, anyways, like I said, if you are interested in joining the membership, we're going to be doing giveaways for members at the end of the year. We're thinking of something big to give away. If you're interested, yeah, make sure you go check out those channels I talked about earlier. We're going to still continue doing live streams on Sundays as much as I can. And I got a couple cool, I got some really hot videos coming up with the power of this, the power of that, and the white car coming home, and preparing for Ford Takeover, and race videos. Remember, the Easter egg videos are coming back on Wednesdays soon, so you guys are going to get like a 2-minute video on Wednesdays on what we're doing at the track. So make sure you guys hit that like on the way out. I do appreciate everybody for watching and joining me tonight. The Z-Spec only came in 93, that's correct. Should I sell faceplated TKO 600 to replace with the new? It depends on if you want to be Sancroed or not. I wouldn't suggest selling it faceplated TKO 600 if you can rock it, because that's a really cool trans to have. So anyways, all right, I'm going to wrap up the stream there. Make sure you guys hit that like on the way out. I always like to see that. I appreciate you guys for the watch time. I will see you this week in videos. Thanks for joining.